All right, y'all, what's going on, man? We here for another edition addressing the elephant in the room. Let's talk about it. And I got a special guest.
Sir.
I'm gonna call him one of the most up and coming prospects in all of the 175 division, man. Nasheed, Sugar Sheed for some of y'all. It's Nasheed, Sugar
Yes,
Sheed
sir.
Smith. How you feeling, baby?
Yes, sir. I'm feeling good, man. Blessed, you know what I mean? It's Ramadan.
I'm
Uh,
doing a lot. I'm doing a
Whoever
lot.
getting in there, you know what I mean, that's willing to fight May 10th, let's do it, man.
Let's do it, man. Man, since we here in the jungle, we here in Smitty's jungle.
Yeah,
Let's just go right to it. Why are you getting
yeah,
ducked so much? It's like the last three fights I'd have been trying to promote for you. Charger Grill, shout out to my homies down there side and them at Charger Grill.
yeah,
We promoting, had a whole event set up for you. And each time
yeah,
it's like, man, your pops calling me, you texting me like, man, the fight's off, bro. You might as well take that post down. I'm like, huh? You like, it's all,
yeah,
so what's going on?
man.
Because I'm hearing weight, then I'm hearing contract. I'm like, but this is all stuff that was established before the fight, and this is stuff happening on
Yep,
fight night. So just let's go ahead and
yep.
address the elephant in the room. Why is you getting ducked so much?
I don't know why I'm really getting ducked so much, you know what I mean? I'm just like every other up and coming, fighter. You know what I mean. I'm trying to get my fights in. I'm trying to get them in as much as possible. Um, but we just stay patient with the game. You know what I mean. We just keep
Absolutely.
everything. You know what I mean. We stay on the course. We follow the path that we supposed to follow, and we just keep it pushing. I'm always ready. Like I said in other previous interviews, I never turn down a fight. Still haven't. Whenever the fight comes to me, I always say yes. Whenever the opponent comes to me, I always say yes. So what I don't know if these people be scared or maybe they just want more money or what. I don't really know. But like I said, I'm always down to fight. So anybody that want to fight me, hit up the promoter, hit up my coach. I'm always in the gym. I'm in the gym Monday through Friday. I train on even my off days. So I'm always ready. I'm always in shape. I'm always prepared.
Okay, speaking of the money, I had an interview a couple weeks ago with Coach Rail, boxing Rail out of he out of Philly, but he be training all the bulls in
Yeah,
Jersey. Rail, and I brought you up, and he said, "Man, he's nice. That's why they don't want to fight." I said, "But when they want comp," he said, "At this level, they not getting paid enough to step in there with a line like she, because she is nice.
yeah,
Like everybody I talk to, they bring you from Kelvin Davis, Keon Davis, boxing Coach Rail." That two Ray Stevenson, they all say, nah, he's nice, man. She is nice. But
yeah,
but Rail, but he just bluntly said it. He said they not getting paid enough at that level to step in there and get beat up on because
yeah,
she gonna get them out the way. So that's when I'm
yeah,
like, well, shit, what you boxing for? If you what you
yeah. That's
boxing
what I'm
for?
saying. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, granted, like he right though. I mean, I just started. Like I'm only in my four. I'm 4-0. This will be my fifth fight coming up. So I mean, right now the money, of course, isn't going to be as much as they probably will want. But same time, I mean, we are boxers. This what we do. Like we get paid to do this. Like, granted, you're not getting paid as much as you maybe want, but we get paid to do this. So I mean, in my opinion, man, get in there, and fight. I mean, granted, they gonna lose because when it's come to me, it's
They
either
gonna
me
leave.
or
It's
them,
gonna
and
get
it's
nasty.
gonna for sure be me. You know what I mean? But I'm not tripping. I'm just keeping everything, as focused as possible.
Got you, man. Since we already speaking of the money and we speaking of up and comings, man. You know the new league that's been talked about floating around with Turkey Sheet and Dana White.
Hmm.
You know, a lot of people giving him backlash, not really because it's him in the league, but it's because Dana White and his rep as far as his business relationship with a lot of his
Yep.
with a lot of his athletes and his people. Shout out Little Dog. He said he's not lying. We know he's not lying. We know them guys don't want to step in there with Sheed, so we know that. We
Yeah.
know that. But now, I gotta ask you, what's your thoughts? Because I know we don't know if that's a real pay scale. I don't know if you've seen it yet. If that's a real
Oh,
pay scale, if
I
that's
think it
the
was
one that's
saying
being
like
reported.
10,000 a fight or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. So as you as being a prospect coming up and you trying to get them fights, how do you think about what do you think about that list and that pay scale? Because my thought process is if you a prospect and you trying to build your resume, that's a hell of a league for you to jump in, especially if you're struggling to get guys to jump in the ring with you. You know, one thing you can say whatever you want about Dana White on how he does his business. One thing for sure though, he gets all his fighters. He makes sure they're gonna fight. If you sign the
Yeah,
contract to fight, you fighting. I don't want to hear about that overweight, underweight. You just gonna get money deducted, but you fighting on that day you fought. So, what's your thoughts about
right.
that league and the paying and everything?
Well, I mean, you know, you just because granted, like I said, like we boxers and this is what we do. But I mean, same time, you don't want to get shortchanged. And I mean, for a lot of these guys, this may be their biggest payday. You know what I mean, in terms of, the purse that they getting or how they fighting and who they fighting. But also, like you don't want to say if I'm 12-0 fighting in this league, and then I'm fighting a guy that's 15-0 fighting in this league, and I'm for sure you going at least, I want to say around 10 rounds at the minimum. You don't you don't want to only get paid $10,000. Like, you know what I mean? You gonna want to get paid a little more at minimum, in my opinion, around like 20,000. I mean, I really don't know because I'm not really I haven't been on that level yet, so I can't really tell you my full input. But I do think um they
All right, well,
probably
give us your
should
input
pay a
from a
little
guy
more.
that's up and coming. Because I'm gonna say it for you because I know you don't want to say it. You should already have 10 fights under your belt right
I
now.
should already
Like I
have
said, it
10
started
fights.
off. People keep every day, and it's not like it's fight week. It's fight night, like the day that you're supposed
Yeah.
to weigh in
It's
and get
fight
ready for
night. Like
fighting.
every
The people not fighting.
Man, I'm telling you, it's like every time, you know, um, like if we being like realistic, I would have had around if none of
10
my fights
fights.
fell, I would have had, yeah, I would have had around 10 fights. Yeah, I would have had around 10 fights. You know, but I mean that's just the game. But I mean, if we talking from a perspective of me being an up and coming prospect, um, I would do it. I would do it. You know what I mean? Just trying to figure out like who my opponents be, like what I would want to know, like the rules and regulations of this type of tournament. But same time, I would definitely do it. You know what I mean? I would definitely be interested in doing it because, like I said, I mean I got a lot of people that's come that want to come to my fights, want to see me fight, but a lot of times I don't have what I mean the opponents that want to fight me. So I mean I know this would be more so like a guarantee that they trying to fight me. So I would definitely want to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if that offer came across, they hit up Coach Barry and Coach Bug down there at Headbangers Gym and said, "Hey, we interested in Nasheed Smith coming in and joining our league at the 168 to 175 division." Yeah, you would say that if the numbers is right, and you all said,
Oh yeah, for
"No, that's
sure.
been
Yeah,
okay, okay, okay,
yeah. The numbers right. Yeah,
absolutely."
for sure.
Okay, Dana White, Turkey Al Sheik, this interview come across y'all desk. Y'all got
Yeah,
somebody right there,
I'm
Headbangers Gym.
telling you. Yeah,
But since we speaking of Headbangers Gym, I'm not gonna go into too details about the fight, the big fight that just happened, because
oh
I
yeah,
would never
yeah.
put you in that situation where you
Mm-hmm.
gotta say, "Oh, Lamont," or "Oh, Tank," because I know how you feel about both sides. I know
Oh
the
yeah, for
connection
sure.
you have with both sides, so I ain't even
Yeah.
going to dare to come out my face and ask you that about the fight and the
Oh yeah,
controversy
yeah,
surrounding the fight. I ain't gonna
yeah,
ask
for
you about that.
sure. Yeah, for
But
sure, for
you know,
sure.
Tank was down there training at Headbangers Gym with
Yeah,
y'all. What was it
yeah,
like to have the face of boxing in a lot of people's eyes training with y'all and doing it? And as you said, because both of us Muslim, y'all, you and him was y'all both was praying and all that. How did it just feel
mm-hmm.
to have Javante Tank Davis say, "No,
Yeah,
I'm gonna come down here"? And we know he offered the chance for you to come out there and fight, like we said at the beginning.
yeah,
It fell through, but
yeah, yeah. But I got that chance. Yeah.
he kept his word to try to get you on that stage.
Yeah, no, he definitely did. Tank, in my opinion, uh, he's a real chill like dude. And mind you, this is not my first time like working with Tank because Tank has been coming to the gym for a numerous amount of years. But this is my first time working with Tank, and I'm a professional myself. Um, so it was just really good. He gave me like a lot of pointers, like just like minor details that could always like help me out throughout my game, like just moving the foot with a punch or just the way my positioning is. And then like just watching him, just do his thing, like watching him shadow box or watching him hit the bag. Like I've just picked up some of his stuff. And it's been really good. Like, it's always good to like work with people like that. But like you said, this is the face of boxing in a lot of people's eyes. And really this is like it was really like a great experience. Just the whole time just doing that, and then after like just having conversation with him, what I mean, getting his perspective on certain things, like getting an inside scoop on other things, like this was really like a big opportunity, and I'm always grateful, what I mean, for not just him, but for my gym too. Cause my gym, if it wasn't for my gym, what I'm saying, like he probably wouldn't be down there. My coaches and stuff like that,
Right.
the
He could have went up
relationship
to
that they
Upton.
built.
He just
Yeah, he
went
could
to
have went
Upton.
up to Upton, and then not even that, but just not even just going up to Upton. Like he came to our gym and he brought in like Kenny and Calvin too. So like just having like all those types of coaches, like those top notch coaches, what I mean? Cause you got Barry in there, you got Bug, you got
Boog
Juice,
on the
you
mitts.
got Jamie, yeah, you got Mo, like you got a whole bunch of my coaches that's already at the top level, what I mean? And then you bring in his coaches that's bringing in a different type of, not even too far of a different, but like a different type of flair, different kind of perspective, and it's also top notch as well. And they all just blending in together. So that whole camp was really good. Like it was really like fun. I learned so much just from that one camp.
Absolutely. That's great. Anytime you could pick up on skills from a great like Javante Davis, that's always a
Yeah,
plus. So
yeah,
now, even though we're not going to discuss the controversy with the fight, I do got to ask you this. Before the fight, I got called all types of tank groupies because I told everybody, I'm like, oh shit, he probably in Lamont Roach. Y'all say y'all want Tank to
yeah,
fight some tough comp. That's the start of it right
yeah,
here. Everybody I'm
yeah,
talking about, I argued with so many people that told me, oh, here you go trying to amp up this dude Lamont, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Tank and his coaches is telling you that this is a real matchup. So, before the fight,
yeah.
everybody was doubting Lamont. Now after the fight, everybody wants to praise him to try to shit on Tank. How do you look at that whole situation
Hmm.
now?
I mean, I look at the situation as, and it's crazy because me and Tank, we, not even just me and Tank, but like me and Tank and like even just me and my coaches too. Like we've had talks about this, like, cause mind you, granted, it was a great fight, good close fight. No matter how you looked at the income of the fight, set in stone, it was a draw. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because
Right.
technically speaking, Tank didn't, not even just technically, but Tank didn't even lose that fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy how you can just have one off night and not like just one night where you don't even look as good to the public eye, and then everybody just just shit on you really. And it was crazy because like we've had talks.
Everybody was waiting for that
Yeah,
moment for Tank. They hadn't seen him look vulnerable. So
yeah.
now it's like, oh, let's switch up on Tank.
Yeah, and it's like everybody just
Everybody was
just
waiting.
pile driving on him, and it's crazy because it's not like Lamont was no duck. Lamont was never a duck. Like Lamont was really good, and this was a really good fight. And I've been telling people too, like this not gonna be no kickball for nobody. Like this gonna be a good fight. Like what I mean, no matter how you looked at the income or how you thought it was going to end, what I mean, it was always going to be a good close fight. And when just me seeing like how everybody is like playing the situation, it's just crazy how the fans can like really just turn on you so fast, and you didn't even lose. Like it was a draw. You granted you didn't look as good as every other night, or you didn't get the knockout that everybody wants, but you didn't lose. So it's just
Right.
like it's crazy how everybody just want to just turn on you, just shit on you, and then like you're not risking your life for their pleasure, for real. Because at the end of the day, we all entertainers. Like you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, it really matters how many we can put in those seats and in those stands. So if I'm bringing in all this stuff and I'm making it, entertainment, that's not because it wasn't no boring fight either. Like it was
Hell
a
no.
really
That was
good
one of the
fight. Like
best
they was
fights in a
they
couple
was
years.
yeah, they was inside, they was clutching, you know what I mean? They had skill. It was a great fight. And everybody just pile driving on her. It's just crazy. I'm like, dang.
That's why I respect what Lamont Roach Sr. said. He did that interview earlier this week with Cam and Mace. He made sure he said, "I want all y'all to know that. Stop acting like my youngin." Because Lamont Roach Sr. He coached Tank a couple times to help him win
Yeah,
with
yeah.
nationals and amateurs. He said, and so that's his little man. He said, "Y'all gonna stop acting like Tank ain't like that. Still, Tank definitely
Yeah,
still
yeah.
top dog. We just like that, and none of y'all gave us a chance. We just
Yeah,
like that."
yeah. I think that's definitely what it was, like Lamont definitely surprised a lot of people. But if you did your research on him, then you would have known. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of times, like, if we talking like boxing, like a lot of these people be casual and they just watch like whatever comes on pay-per-view or like whoever the hottest person is. And I will say, like, although Lamont always had the skill, he just wasn't like, as out there, you know what I mean, as
He
far as,
wasn't promoted the way Tank
yeah,
was
yeah,
promoted.
yeah. He wasn't promoted the way Tank was promoted. And so not a lot of people knew about him, but he was a world champion for a reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
In a
not
hot
like,
division itself, 130 is
yeah,
a smoking
yeah,
division.
yeah. Like a lot of, you know what I mean? So I mean, in my opinion, it definitely it definitely just showed me how fast, like, the fans could turn on you. You know what I
They
mean?
love you, then they hate you, then they
Yeah,
love you again. That's that after the
exactly.
fight, I posted that. I said, "This is how the sports world is. They love you,
Yeah,
they hate you, then they love you again."
yeah,
Tank can come out there in a rematch and knock Lamont out. Not saying that that's gonna happen to you, Lamont.
yeah.
So
But
be
then they
sure
gonna love
don't
him
jump
again.
on me.
Yeah,
But if it happen, they gonna all talk about, "Oh, Tank, we knew this and that." He was be like, "Damn, y'all was just the same ones trolling the shit out of Tank
right.
a
Yeah,
couple
yeah. The
weeks
whole
ago."
time.
So yeah, that's definitely how I look at it. But let's get back to talking about Sheed and what she got going on. What's some of the things you working with in camp? I know we said we got to fight May 10th, inshallah. That's gonna happen.
Hmm.
Do
Yes,
we have an
sir.
opponent as of right now, or are y'all still working on that?
So as of right now, we do have an opponent. You know what I mean? It's
What's
gonna
the
be
victim's name? What's the victim's name?
uh, I really can't remember his name right now. It's like
You said you
something
didn't got
colors
damn
or
dog. He
summer
didn't
or
got
something.
my man Sheed to the point where he don't even think of the name
Yeah,
until fight
you
night.
know, I don't really even care. You know what I mean? Like I said, they sent my coach a name. My coach looked at him. He sent it to me. I just said yes. Let's just do it. It is a good record though. His record was, when I checked, it was 6-0. So this
Ooh,
this is,
got an
you know what I
undefeated
mean.
fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. This is gonna be good. You know what I mean. I know what I'm gonna do. What I need to do. You know
okay,
what I mean. I'm,
5 and
oh,
0,
I'm
three
gonna get my win for
knockouts.
sure. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, for
Okay,
sure. Exactly.
okay.
You know what I mean. So 5-0, three knockouts coming. Um. It's gonna be a good name on my resume. Hopefully, you know what I mean, he don't end up backing out, and hopefully we still, you know what I'm saying, get this fight May 10th. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fireworks, explosive, same as always. I
We
got
gonna
I got a
we
nice
gonna
little
get
bit
it
of
in there.
stuff I'm working on in camp, and really, I'm not gonna lie, I think right now, leading up to this fight, I think I'm the sharpest I've ever been.
Okay,
Um
why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that?
um I just feel as though, because I never took no break. Like, I was supposed to fight March 1st, and then when that didn't happen, I got pushed back to March 22nd.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
about to
was
ask you
still,
about that. What happened? I
yeah,
thought you were gonna be on the Spence, not Spence, but Spendora card
yeah,
last
yeah.
night.
Yeah, so I got a call. Basically, they were saying that like, since I wasn't fighting on March 1st, they was gonna try to give me an opponent March 22nd. But I don't know. I don't somehow it fell through. Like, I don't know, what I mean, what really happened with that. So I
Got
mean, I'm not like rushing my progress, you know what I mean? I'm just always just staying the course. Like, okay, cool. If I don't get no fight, whatever. I'm gonna keep working to the next one. I'm keep working to the next one. And I'm always like, I always have fights lined up, like always. Because
It's just
everybody
about getting him in
knows.
to actually get in that
Yeah,
ring.
exactly, exactly. So really, I'm just, like I said, just staying the course, and then hopefully May 10th it go through, inshallah, and then we just keep working until we can't no more.
Got you, got you. Stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. I feel you.
Yeah,
So you know your bro, your main man, your tag partner though, he got the fight March 1st.
yeah,
Mr. Shark season, Scooter
yeah,
Davis. He went
yeah,
out there first round knockout. He did his
yeah.
thing, man. Viral knockout too. He
Nah,
did his thing.
listen,
How that
listen.
make
It
you
was
feel?
it was crazy, right? Because when we watching it, you know what I mean, and like, when you watch on TV, like, the you can't really like hear like the sounds of the punches. I'm
Right.
telling you, it was like baseball bats was landing every time. He landed a hook,
Woo!
like pow, up, pow, like everything, like pow, pow, pow. It was crazy. He was sharp. You know what I mean? Like, I think he he was very special that night. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
granted, like, he's a special fighter for sure. But that night, like, it was just shown to the world. Like, everybody just now knowing what I've been knew for years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, his time coming. And now that everybody is seeing it, you know what I mean? Now it's he's on this, he on this come up, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm proud of bro for real. He definitely like
I
did his
am
thing.
too, man. When me and Scooter did our interview, I think he had his only his second or third fight in there. He
Mm-hmm.
was actually this was before he did the fight on Lamont's undercard when Lamont had his first fight
Oh,
was
pro box,
after he
yep.
won after he won his title belt. So that was his
Yeah.
first fight and he did it at the sports and entertainment arena down Southeast DC. And
Yeah.
me and Scooter and I just sat there and it just his confidence and his aura. I'm like, something about Shorty, man. Young and
Yeah.
you could tell he keep his head down. He focused on like y'all
Yeah.
just focused on the goal. Everything else that'll come with it later on down the road, but y'all
Yeah,
just focused
definitely,
on it. So
definitely. Yeah,
absolutely,
me and Scooter, we've been working since what? I'm 24 now. We've been working like consistently, mind you, consistently, like every day. Like even days when the gym is closed, Coach B might tell us come to his house. We running at his house, just me and him, or we working out at his house. I remember one time, um, we in Coach B basement, right? We working out. Coach B told us shadow box just to get warmed up before we like really got into it. We shadow boxing. This had to be, I want to say, like 2018 or 2019. Whenever Young Boy dropped, he dropped the album.
Scooter
um
love young boy,
yeah, he dropped the album. So me and him, we listening to the album from top to bottom, it's just me and we in there, we working, right? Mind you, an album be like an hour long. We still
right?
shadow boxing the whole album
The
and
whole
went past
album.
the
Yeesh.
whole album. We like, where's B at? So we stop and we look out the door. We see B like, man, I ain't tell y'all to stop. Man, matter of fact, come on. So then we had to do some extra stuff, like some whole extra stuff, just because we stopped after doing an hour. But that's how hard me and Scooter have been working for a very long
That's
time.
when you know That's when you know you committed to being great.
Yeah,
That's when
yeah.
you know you
So
committed to being great.
exactly. So like I said, the world just know what I've been knowing for years. You know what I mean? He one of them ones.
He definitely one of them ones, and I'm happy that both of y'all. Well, you didn't get the chance, but we know if that fight go through May
Oh
10th,
yeah,
you
for
gonna get
sure.
to show it. And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
happy Scooter got to show it because the work you could tell the work that Coach Bug and Coach Barry are putting in with y'all is paying off. And since we
Yeah.
speaking on Coach Bug and Coach Barry, like this part of the fight, I am gonna ask. You might be biased, you might not.
Hmm.
Coach Barry out for we'll say he's been catching a lot of slack. A lot of the fans felt like, oh,
Yeah,
Tank
yeah,
should just had Kenny and Calvin. Albeit, we understand and you do too why they say that because we know the relationship that Kenny and Calvin have with Tank is like how you and Bug and Barry have that relationship where they're
yeah,
like uncles to y'all.
yeah,
Both you and Scooter, we know Kenny is like an uncle to Tank, and we know Calvin that is the guy he's been calling his dad his whole life.
yeah.
So it's understandable why a lot of fans feel that way. What is your take on people criticizing Coach Barry on that fight, saying, "Oh, he shouldn't be there. He wasn't." That's the criticism.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I just think anybody who was in that corner was going to get criticized regardless. Like, you know what I mean? Whoever was leading was going to get criticized regardless.
Because the
Because
lead up of what was going on with Kenny and Tank and Calvin and Tank, so they
yeah,
was
you
going to
know what I mean.
criticize
And
Tank.
then like a lot of times, like the internet be making up stuff that don't even be, you know what I mean, fully that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And with B being in that corner, you know what I mean? I think he told him great instructions, you know what I mean? Because you can't coach everybody the same way. You can't
Absolutely.
like I might get fired up after Coach B like curse me out or like, yelling at me. I might get fired up like that. But then the next person might not get fired up like that. He might get fired up with, oh, you know what I mean, them laughing, you know what I mean, them having a good time and things like that. So I mean, with B catching flack, oh, it was bound to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Just because, like I said, it was a draw and everybody treating it like Tank laws. But I don't really think it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I think the game plan was great from what I've known. Because mind you, like I was in that camp, but I still don't know. You know what I mean? Everything that they've talked
Absolutely.
about. But I think from what I've seen, like in the camp, great, great work. We worked extra hard, mind you. I'm working with them, so we worked extra hard. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really understand why people are trying to. I do understand it, but I really don't understand it because I know they just trying to look for like a scapegoat, like you know what I'm saying? Because nobody said nothing when Tank broke his hand versus Isaac Cruz, and Tank still beat him. Nobody
Yeah,
said nothing then.
outboxed
And
the shit
B
out of
and B was in that corner, and mind you, I was in that camp too. B he was training under B. You know what I'm saying? This not the first time that Tank has fought under B, or you know what I mean, or is trained under B. Like he's been doing this for, I want to say, a nice little bit of his career. So I mean, people just trying to just find something to just blame, and they
him.
just
Got
blaming it on him.
you, got you. So now we speaking of Coach B. What's your relationship with Coach B and Coach Bug? The double B's. Pause.
Oh yeah,
What's your
yeah.
relationship with them, man?
Oh no, those are like father figures to me. Like we talk about anything, not even just boxing. I'm talking like outside of boxing. I've stayed at their houses. I've worked out at their houses. They've opened a gym for me. Like we talk about anything. I call them right now and give them a story or something like that, and they'll, what I mean, they'll always give me great advice. You know what I mean? Um, those are like, I had, of course, like, what I mean, I have my father around, but I'm so blessed, my father have put me around great men, and those are some of the great men that my father has put me around. And sometimes like we have our own conversations, like, what I mean? Those are definitely like father figures to me, and I'm very like grateful for them. Um,
Gotcha.
I've talked to them. I talked to them about it, damn near everything, you know what I mean?
Ah,
So
yeah.
yeah, those my guys for sure.
Got you, man. I got you. That's always great. You can say, man, there's never a problem when you have men in your life that you could say, nah, if my father's not there because he has something going on, I could talk to this man because he can give me that same type of influence my father would give me. So it's
Yeah,
always great to have that in your corner. So
yeah,
since we
definitely.
speaking on Coach B and Coach Bug, man, what's some things you ain't got to give the people all the gems, but what's some gems y'all are working on getting ready for this fight coming up? Hopefully, inshallah, May 10th. What's some things y'all two
Right
doing?
now, we working on really a little bit of everything, but just tightening up like loose ends. I feel like I'm a very well-rounded, complete fighter. You know what I'm saying? It's just little things that I need to work on, and they making sure that I'm working on that. You know what I mean? I'm getting good quality sparring. We've been getting Emmanuel Aline to come down to spar.
Ooh, that's a
You know what I'm
good one. That's
saying?
good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we've been working nonstop. I'm talking what, like 10, 12 rounds straight. You know what I mean? Nothing but action packed sparring. So, um, they know what I need. They always, you know what I mean, helping me out, and just making sure I'm just slowing down my pace, just learning better and better on how to fight like a pro. I
Right.
was doing amateurs for so long, you know what I mean, and I've only been professional since what, I turned pro in November of 2022. Yeah,
Okay. So
so
you fresh in the pros.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, just making sure I just continue to, learn how to be a pro, learn, little small tricks while I'm in there. We've been working on that, and it's been working really good. So I already know
Okay.
May 10th come, it's gonna be
May 10th,
fireworks.
firework. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's talk about some more boxing, man. Got some decent fights coming up. We know the cards that's happening in May. But I gotta ask your personal take. What's 5 fights you want to see happen? Besides, you can't use the Tank and Lamont fight, the rematch.
yeah,
The
yeah,
whole world want to see that rematch. So you
yeah.
don't get no scapegoat like that. 5 fights that Nasheed Smith want to see happen either this year, next year, early next year. Like these are
Okay,
fights that you feel gotta happen in boxing.
okay. I don't care what their records look like. I don't care how old they are. I still need to see Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. I
Whoo,
still
I
need to
had
see that
someone I
fight.
was arguing with about that, and he was telling me, please, I don't want to see Wilder fight no more. And I was like,
Man,
I kind of am there with you with that Wilder situation, but I do want to see him and Anthony
I
Joshua.
gotta see
He's
that. Like,
4 years
gotta
late
see
on
it.
that fight, but I still
Yeah,
want to see it happen.
yeah, I gotta see that fight. A sleeper one that I think people sleep on. I want to see Shakur versus Lomachenko.
That's a good
Um,
one.
yeah, I think that's gonna be a great
Even
fight.
though Loma's team said now they motivated and they eyeing to see Tank. I bet they is
Yeah,
motivated now that the last fight that
of
happened.
course,
Yeah.
you
It
know,
wasn't
of
motivated at
course.
first, but now they feel like they seen some weakness or he might have a
Yeah,
mental weakness going on. Let's try to see if we
yeah,
can take advantage of that.
yeah. You know, that was bound to happen, of course. You know, but I want
That's
to see
true.
that. I want to see that Shakur versus Loma, because you know Shakur's skill, Loma's skill, and although I do think Shakur will get him, I just think it's gonna be like a really good skill fight. Probably not for like the casual eye, but you know, for like an
But
actual
for the
like
people
like
that
a
know them
boxing
two
fan.
fighters, that's the
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
you want to
yeah,
see.
yeah. I want to see that. Also, I want to see. Well, he's in two, but I want to see Dimitri Bivol versus David Benavidez, and then
Oh,
also
whew.
I still want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo. You know
Yeah,
what I
we
mean? I
gotta see
definitely
that.
want to see that. Gotta
That could
see
be the
that.
passing of the torch right there.
Yeah. You know, that could be like Canelo like retirement fight or something. Like that'd be really good. Like I definitely got to see that. And then for the last one, who would I choose
Okay.
for the last one?
Ooh, you got some good ones there. There's a bunch out there that I know you want to see.
Yeah, it definitely
It could be
is.
a woman boxing fight too. You could get a woman some love.
Ooh, oh yeah. Okay. For the women, I'm not gonna lie, this might be like a stretch for real, but I want to see Clarissa Shields versus Alicia Baumgartner. I ain't gonna lie.
Everybody want to see that. That's a
Yeah,
fight.
I
They
want
gotta
to see
find a
it.
catch weight somewhere and make that
Yeah,
happen for
yeah,
us.
like some, like you know what I mean. Cause I know, you know what I mean. Like Clarissa, she heavyweight right now. You know, Alicia, she was like super featherweight. I think
Yeah,
that's really like a big stretch. But man, I ain't gonna lie, that'll
that'll
be
be
a good
fire. That's
fight.
fireworks for the women right there. If
Yeah,
them
that'll
two
be a
can
good
find the
fight.
catch weight, like I say, like because Clarissa, she just bouncing around because she wants her fights and she
Yeah.
wants to
She wants
prove
some
that
fights,
she's
and I'm
that.
not gonna lie, ain't nobody beating her. Like, ain't nobody
Nah,
beating her, man.
but I'm
Like,
saying if they can meet at like 150, maybe that'll be a
that'll
fight.
be good. That'll be
Yeah,
good.
that'll be the fight that'll set women's boxing up for the future. That's what I feel. That fight right there. Oh, my man done froze up on us, y'all. He done froze up, but he coming back. Don't worry. We in there, she breaking down the 5 fights that he want to see. We just
What just
did.
happened?
Oh, there you go. He back. There we go. We back, baby. So yeah, that
Oh
fight is set up the
yeah.
women's fight that we want to see. Instead, my man set it up real quick. He getting himself together. He getting himself together. There we go.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And since we speaking of
Yeah.
women's fight, I know you seen what Jake Paul and Amanda Serrano and Alicia Bumgarner hit off this week with most valuable promotions. I know you've seen that come across your timeline. Oh man, he getting it together, y'all. For anybody that's tuning in, I appreciate the support. You know, hit the like button, super violate that like button, and violate that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to
Can you
comment
hear
and
me?
share this right here. The more support, the better, man. Let's get this thing better and get all these fighters this promotion. Speed is back. He had a little
Yeah.
technical difficulties, but he is back. We was discussing Alicia Bumgarner
Yeah. Definitely.
in women's boxing. Jake Paul, he just made an announcement this week. Him and Amanda Serrano have a lifetime contract, and they just signed Alicia Bumgarner.
Mm.
So that's a big step for women's boxing.
Oh yeah.
Then,
That
honestly, to me,
yeah.
that was a big step. Go ahead, Fake. What you got?
Yeah. I think that fight might happen too. But also, something that's new and fresh. I want to see Tierra Brown versus Alicia Baumgartner too.
Tierra Brown. So, a matter of fact,
Yeah.
Tierra Brown, I want to take my hat off to you. I
Yeah.
love beating my chest when I'm right. And I told
Yeah.
everybody because Mia Ellis, I interviewed Mia. I know she was down there training with y'all too. Killer B from Baltimore.
Yep. Yeah. She was.
I did an interview with her back in October. And she had said it when I asked her, I said, who's the people you want to fight? She said Amanda Serrano, because that's her favorite boxer of all time. So she just wanted to be able to say she got in the ring with her GOAT. And then the second person, she said this is a fight that she really wants to happen. Her and Sky Nicholson. I wasn't familiar with Sky Nicholson at the time, right? So
Yeah.
after the interview, I went to YouTube, did my research. I had to go to box. You know, I said I don't like when I don't know nothing. When I had to study it. I watched her fighting, and I said, I see why Mia want to fight her, because everything Mia said is true. Guy Nicholson is a warrior. Any female or male that jumps in the ring is a warrior. But
For
Mia,
sure.
my one thing Mia pointed out though, she said Sky does not like pressure. She does not want to be put in a position where she has to
Yeah.
bang out
Yeah.
or she has to fight. She wants to jab, and get away, make you
Yeah.
chase her around
Yeah.
because she does not want to have to get. She don't want to get into a Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano situation.
Yeah.
She does not. When Mia said that, I went and studied it. I said, "Damn, Mia hit that on the head about Sky."
Mm-hmm.
When
Yeah.
this fight was announced, Mia Ellis and Tiara Brown, I said, this might be a fight that Sky might lose because Tierra's a
Yeah.
pressure fighter and she's gonna come to fight. And if she
Yeah.
could cut that ring off on Sky like she did,
Yeah.
Sky's in a situation where she gonna have to fight. She ain't
Yeah.
gonna just be able to move around and jab, jab, run off. She gonna have to fight. And
She
that's
gonna have
exactly
to.
what Tierra did. Tierra Brown, congratulations on that
Yeah,
belt.
congratulations on that win, man. That was crazy. I knew it was gonna happen though. Like I knew it was gonna happen. Like if
I
you
did.
if you
I
know
said I had her
Tierra,
winning, but I was scared that they might try to rig it. You know how it go when you
okay.
get
I'm
to a
not gonna
nut.
lie. I was nicked up too because after hearing like the first, um, I heard the first score card was for Sky, then I heard the second one was for Tierra, and then the third judge was from Australia. I
Yeah, I
was
was
like,
like,
oh
oh man,
man, I
here
was
we
like, they
go
gonna
with this
rob
BS.
her. But I was like, okay, good. They made the right decision because that was easily like Tierra's fight. Don't get me
That was
wrong, like
easy.
Sky made it like a sloppy fight because of how every time Tierra would get on the inside, she would try to like hold and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
But
why I said Sky don't like to be put in them situations where she
yeah,
got to fight.
yeah, but Tierra did, you know, like her job and making it rough. You know what I mean? Making it tough for Sky, like not allowing her to be able to hold. I feel like that ref probably should have took like a point from Sky too, but
Yeah,
you
because
know,
Sky
they,
was trying to hold too much. I was
yeah,
watching. I'm like,
yeah,
golly, Sky. I know you don't like to get in them bang out moments,
yeah,
but you
yeah.
got to
Like
stop
she
holding,
was
man.
she was holding the whole like I want to say a good like 60-70% of the fight. Like you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
she was doing too much holding. I'm like, yo, I thought y'all got to take point. That's the one part. Like, that's why I feel like Tank, he's in a bad position because he gets so many knockouts. But Tank and his team, they're smart. They're like, man, with you, the way you fight, bro, don't leave this fight in the hand of the judges. Get a knockout so they
Yeah,
have no choice but to end the fight or give it to you. And that's
yeah.
what I think a lot of times happening in boxing with these judges. If you don't
Hmm.
get a knockout, when you leave the fight in the hands of the refs, it don't always come out good.
Yeah, it don't always come out how it's supposed to, and I mean that's just the game though. Sometimes you gotta be your own judge. Your left hand gonna be your judge, and your right hand gonna be your judge. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
Like you do, you got to
you
get them
gotta,
out of there. You don't get paid
yeah,
for overtime.
yeah, exactly. But
Absolutely. Absolutely.
again, shout out to Tierra Brown, man, WBC world champ. I know that feeling
World
was
champ and the
crazy.
new.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And speaking of, we can go back to that March 1st fight too, man. There was another guy that's from around this area that is the new champ, Aunt
Oh yeah,
Gary
yeah,
Antoine
yeah,
Russell,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
How that
yeah.
feel to see
Nah,
him do his thing? The
nah.
way he get
Definitely shout out
riled up
Twan, man. Hey, 12 rounds straight
of
pressure,
ass whooping
mind you. That's you. First off, that's already hard to do because like 12 rounds, 3 minutes each round, like, and you just pressing them out, and you just beating them up the whole time, like for Twan not to get tired, that's how like his conditioning was like really good. He was definitely in really good shape, and you know not only to do that, but then like just keep it up, like constant pressure, and that because Rayo not no duck. Like Rayo can fight too. He was a world champion as well. Man, Twan went out there and did his thing, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Twan for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Twan did his thing. He brought that belt. So I gotta ask you this. I know we only in 4 fights. We should be
Hmm.
in the tens, the teens going in, but we're not gonna keep dwelling on that.
You know.
You already said the 5 fights you want to see from other fighters. What's a fight that you hopefully after you start getting your resume up
Hmm.
and after these people stop ducking you? What's a fight that Nasheed, Sugar Sheed Smith wants to, like a dream fight of yours that you like, man? I hope I get the chance to me and him get to line it up.
Dream fight for me right now. I wanna I wanna fight Bivol. He's
Whoo! Why
yeah.
you want to get in there with Bibble?
He the
That's a
best. He
tough
the best. He
one
the
right
best.
there.
He the best in the division right now, and he beat Canelo. Like you know what I mean.
Beat a
So
walking legend.
yeah. So I mean, for you to do that and go out there and beat who Arthur Beater Beef too, like you nice, but I know I'm nice. So I'm like, okay, I know, like I wanna get in there with him so I can like, you know what I mean, so I can beat him. And when I do, like everybody like, okay, this who is this kid? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's just like a stepping stone to cementing my legacy. You know what I mean? So I
Absolutely.
definitely want to get in there with him for sure. If he's still there, you know. But if he
Absolutely.
is, I'm trying to steamroll through him.
175. Y'all heard it. She
Yeah.
said when all y'all 175 prospects decide to stop freaking reneging on them fights, let him
Hmm.
get y'all out the way. Bivol, Dimitri Bivol. Now Nasheed Smith out of
Yeah.
headbanging Jim said he looks up to you, but he wants you to be able to say, "Here you go, son. This is yours. You did what you were supposed to
Yeah.
do."
Exactly.
Got you, man.
Exactly.
So let's talk about some off outside the ring stuff. I know it's Ramadan, so I know you fasting. Alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir.
What's some stuff? What's some foods that you eating though for iftar and sahur? Yeah, sahur. What's some foods that you like to eat right now? This time we'll
Um.
talk about the foods
Well.
that you'll eat outside of Ramadan, but right now, what's some foods you can eat just to stay
Well,
in shape?
during Ramadan right now for sahur, I pretty much always eat the same thing. I'll have egg whites, turkey sausages or chicken breast, all depending on which one I have. I'll have some oatmeal with peanut butter in it, and I'll have some fruit, and I'll have 2 bottles of water. So then that way, like I'm, like, even though it may feel like I'm not hydrated, I'm still hydrated. You know what I mean? Um, I have enough like energy stored in me from the foods to like get through my actual workout. Um, and then like even like sometimes we may do sprints, sometimes we may spar. Like no matter what, I still feel like I'm good and I'm able and I'm willing to do these workouts. Um, for iftar, I'll pretty much eat like whatever the masjid is cooking. Like it may be like chicken, rice, vegetables, like maybe like some type of platter. And I definitely went to Chargo on the grill a couple times. Got me them sugar
Shout out
sheet mumbo
Charga.
wings. Shout out to Chargo.
Check them out if y'all ain't
Hey,
know.
you know what I'm
Charga on the
saying?
grill got some sugar
Yeah,
cheese
Chargo
gumbo
on the
wings. Them
grill.
things
Make sure
hit.
you go get
Pause.
them sugar sheet mumbo wings. Them things good. Definitely had that. And I just try to like go to a lot of like halal restaurants. Because I know most people that own halal restaurants are like Muslims too. So that's also like I look at it as my way of just sticking with the Muslim community. During
Giving back
Ramadan
to
and
the
stuff like
Muslim
that.
community.
Yeah, exactly.
Alhamdulillah,
So
man.
it'll be that.
That's all right. So when it's not Ramadan, though, are you doing the same meals or are you on a different
Oh no,
diet regularly?
when it's not Ramadan, when it's not Ramadan, I usually don't eat breakfast. Like I usually like soon as I get up, I'm going straight to the gym and I just work out off that.
You just
And
hydrate a
then
lot for breakfast.
yeah. But no, for breakfast, I don't eat nothing. Like I don't eat no food. I might eat like a granola bar and like drink some water, maybe.
Right.
But that's all if I just wake up and I'm hungry or something like that. After workouts, I'll eat like some kale. Like I go to shout out to Kenny Kale. I go to Kenny Kale. Um, what else? I'll do like a salad from Chick-fil-A or something like that. Like I just do something like chill. And then I do my next workout. And then after that, I'll have like something like small for dinner, like chicken and veggies or like turkey and veggies or something like that.
Got you, man. That's all right. Yeah, that's all right. That's what I've been eating a lot for iftar, though. A lot of rice and protein with the rice, and then
Yeah.
some vegetables with it on the side. I'll go to the masjid. You been going to masjid Muhammad out in Northwest?
Yeah. So right now they under construction, but they have like other places like you go to that they have their stuff, and usually like they'll send a message through, or they'll like if they move they send a message through, but if not they'll be just at the same place and it'd be cool.
Got you, man. Got you, man. So anybody else you want to shout out before we get up out of here? She didn't get you
Oh
out
yeah,
of here. Hold you up
of
all
course.
afternoon.
Oh no, of course, man. I want to shout out. Um, I want to shout out my whole gym, from the coaches to the fighters. You know what I mean. Always already said all my coaches' names. Already said Scooter name. You got Kobe in there. Um, also want to shout out who else? Um, Lil Island. He's in the amateurs. Keezy, Omar. You know what I mean. All my youngest that's in there. That's grinding. Um. Shout out to my parents, you know what I mean, for making me, of course. Um, Shout out to my guy Smitty, you know what I mean? Cause we addressing the elephant in the room, you know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
yeah, like I said, May 10th, make sure you tune in. DM me for tickets on Instagram at SUGARSHED_. You know what I mean? Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, cause we addressing the elephant in the room, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's about it.
Absolutely. Got y'all, man. For everybody that tuned in today to check out Smitty, your boy at the Elephant in the Room, and my boy Sugar Sheed, we appreciate you for all the comments. Like he said, go show support, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's grow this thing bigger. So that way, the next time you know Sheed on there, he's either the IBF, WBO, or
Yeah.
WBA, or WBC champ. You never
Yes,
know.
sir.
175, y'all are on notification. Stop dropping out them fights too, y'all. Y'all sign
Yes,
them papers.
sir.
Don't wait till fight night to say I ain't making it. I mean, you might lose.
Yeah,
Probably 99.9% chance you might lose,
Yeah.
but you got
Yeah.
in there like a warrior.
Yeah.
Man, for everybody that tapped in with us, man, thank you, man. That was addressing the elephant in the room.